Hello there. Shauna White here, and today I wanted to invite you to give the gift of no karma. And this is something I like to offer every now and then, usually on a Friday. So for this weekend, I invite you, actually, let me pause and say, this is Shauna White, Heartfelt Intimacy Coach, and I am dedicated to helping people who want to show up more fully for love to create heartfelt connection and intimacy in their most important relationship or relationships, because this also applies not just to intimate partnership, but also to family relationships and friends and strangers, people on the road, and yourself. So today, my offer to you is to give the gift of no karma. And in order to give the gift of no karma, you must first give it to yourself, and then you can give it to someone that you are keeping company with. And I recommend this as a weekend project. I'd love for you to report back. So what do I mean by give the gift of no karma? So at the risk of cultural appropriation, I use the word karma. The way I think about karma is that the history that you're dragging with you is karma. And when you're in a relationship, it's so easy to drag history with you. It's so easy to see your partner or your family member the way that you saw them yesterday and the day before, or to bear in mind as you see them and greet them and hang out with them, the things that have happened in the past. And this creates a certain type of inertia, a certain type of momentum of keeping things the way they have been. And we do it to ourselves as well, that you may feel like you've got a comfort zone that you play in and day out. And that comfort zone is made up of the ways that you're used to thinking about yourself and the things that you have accomplished in the past that makes you feel a certain way, and the things that you failed at in the past that makes you feel a certain way about yourself, the way you think about yourself in the mirror. So this is all karma, everything that we've kept from our previous experiences that's hanging out below the level of our conscious, right? Hanging out in our subconscious, or maybe it is something in our conscious. Maybe our partner said something annoying last week and we talked it through, but we still think it's kind of annoying in the back, or, we'll get to that in a minute. So the gift of no karma is where you allow yourself to have a completely fresh slate, a completely clean slate, where you forget everything that came before today. You do it first for yourself. You forget everything that came before today. And that involves often forgetting also what you might be hoping for the future. Because usually our future is kind of something we've been working on, or a hope that we have that's predicated on the past, something that's been growing through time, or something that's happened in the past that we'd like to change or expand on, change from to something else or expand on. So just for the weekend, let it all go. Let this moment be completely unwritten. Anything can happen. And let that anything can happen percolate in the space of how you feel when you let it all go. And if you haven't done much of this kind of a practice, it may be uncomfortable at first. You may feel like the only way you know how to know what to do is by thinking about it. But I encourage you to let go of the thinking and let yourself flounder in the unknown, if that's what it feels like at first. When you let yourself just relax in the unknown, even if it feels uncomfortable at first, and let yourself breathe, then you can find out of this unknown, unwritten space inside you a an inclination, a desire, something you feel like doing, and it feels very light and innocent. And then you honor that. That's the next step. You honor what you feel like doing in that innocent place where there is no past and there is no future. And when you honor that, joy naturally precipitates. So this is how you give yourself the gift of no karma. And then I invite you to give your partner or whoever it is that you think of, if it helps, think of one person that you may keep company with over the weekend. And it's okay if there's nobody. If it's just you, that's beautiful. Give yourself the gift of no karma all weekend long. But if there's someone that you're planning to interact with, or maybe even that you keep company with in the same building that you reside in, then I invite you to give that person the gift of no karma. And so what that means is that you look at them like, who is this person? Who are you today? I don't know anything about you. I don't remember there's no history and there's no future. I'm just experiencing you now. And anything that you say that I don't understand, I'll ask you a question about, because there's no history. Completely new person, completely new, like stranger, except there may be trust there because you know that person over time. But let there only be the trust that's come from your relationship. Let all of the stories go. Let all of the history go. Let all of the things you think you know about this person go, because that gives rise to a whole nuanced quality of question that you might ask, that if you didn't freshen your mind that way, you wouldn't think to ask. Like, maybe they're eating something that you see them eat all the time and you know that they love it, but if you let all that go, that you know that they love it and all that history and they're eating it, you can experience them in that moment and say, like, oh, what do you love about that? A question you might not ask because of history. But if you let go of the history, that question might occur to you and you can learn something about that person. And even if they've told you before, when you ask them anew, it's a new moment. It's a new moment of discovery. So I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, just pop them in the comments, and or DM me if you want to ask me privately. This is a really, really great exercise, and I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to do that this weekend. And let's check back in on Monday and see how it went. I would really love to do that. If you decide to give yourself the gift of no karma this weekend, then like this then like this post. If you like this post and you don't do the exercise, you're going to be in trouble. Or even make a comment that you're going to do it. That would be even better. But if you don't feel like making a comment, if you like it, I'll know that you're doing the exercise for this weekend with me and everybody else who's doing it. And it's going to be really fun. And I would love to check in with you on Monday and see what your experience was like. So the invitation is there. Game on if you're in. Oh, so I forgot one part. And it's the part about, what if your partner did something earlier in the week or last week, and maybe you guys talked about it, maybe you didn't, but you still feel annoyed with them about it, or you still feel like they could do it again and annoy you again. So in other words, what if you have a grievance? How do you deal with that when it comes to giving the gift of no karma? So what I recommend is, if you can still do a completely free, clean slate, like no history, including that, like just create a special, oh my God, what's the word? Like a special zone, like a safe space, like from now until Monday morning, this grievance doesn't exist. This history doesn't exist. I'm giving them a free pass to be without having to deal with that grievance from now until Monday morning. And then you can deal with it after that. That's one option. the other option is if it's bothering you so much that you can't clean the slate, then you need to talk about it. Go ask them a question. But you want to clear your energy field. You want to breathe out the emotion. Ask yourself some questions to open your own mind to maybe you don't understand the whole story. Maybe it's different than what you think it is. That's so annoying to you. And when you've gotten your ire, your irked feelings to calm down and become more humble, then you can go have a conversation with your partner about it, and hopefully possibly be more in a better position to ask them some good questions from a place of innocence instead of a place of irritation and judgment. But here's the trick. Like, if you can manage to relax and create a space, like open up a space of grace where you're like, okay, I'm going to let myself and my partner be without any history, including that unresolved thing, for this entire weekend, then that actually might give you a new soft space to address that issue from over the weekend. If it comes up over the weekend, then you might, from that soft place of no history and no future, find that you can ask a more innocent question and maybe go to a different place with resolving that grievance or exploring what that experience is like. That's and what are the ingredients that go into that grievance experience. So I through the magic of tech, I'm adding this because I forgot it the first time around. Anyway, so back to the call to action. If you want to join me for a Gift of No Karma weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, for yourself and potentially also for someone in your life, or maybe for more than one person in your life, what is it like to have no history and no future? And like I said, if there's a grievance, try this no karma treatment of how to be with that person that you have a grievance with, even though you have a grievance, because you might be able to use this fresh state of mind as a way to sort out the noise from what's the communication that actually needs to happen to arrive at mutual understanding of that grievance instead of wherever it's stuck. So I hope that helps, and I hope you're up for the challenge. So I hope you join me, and please comment below or like this post if you're going to participate in the Gift of No Karma this weekend, whether it's just you by yourself or whether you're giving yourself that gift and another person. And then let's reconvene on Monday and talk about how it went. Okay. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.